Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. What is up, everybody? This is SuperSight, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to start it off epically with the Smelter triple star mastery. That's right, absolutely awesome. I've waited so long, and finally, I've got the 3rd star on the Smelter. This has taken a very long time. If you did it by an individual smelter, to be precise, 6,000 hours. Okay, it's not even shown anymore. But since I had 5 of them, then I divide that by about 5. But I didn't get them all at the same time. Anyway, I finally got it. Can you believe it? The 3rd star on the smeltery, which is absolutely awesome. I've been waiting absolutely ages, making those bars, and finally, this one is one of the most impressive ones, I think, to master, and also they look really cool with that star right there, but it is really awesome when you're done the smelter. It's like, yes, it's probably literally, I would say, my favorite one to master. That's right, I'm going to say my favorite one. This one here definitely takes a longer. The feed mill, definitely very long, so if you have that, it looks the most impressive, but the smelter, well, maybe the smelter's second, first or second. Anyway, this video is and so that's epic. I'm so happy that I've done that. Anyway, this video is going to be all about the mysterious Heyday player. That's right, and I'll be talking about about that just a second, but I thought, and I don't normally do this in videos, but I thought I would do this in videos. Now, I don't normally talk about songs or anything other than Heyday in my videos. But after Taylor Swift's latest song, Look What You Made Me Do, I had to do it. I had to talk about it. I just had to. Now, I am no Taylor Swift expert. I don't know that much about Taylor Swift. Sure, I've listened to her songs. I quite like lots of them. Like, I like what's the one? Shake It Off. There we go. I like that one there, particularly. And this, Look What You Made Me Do. The first time I heard it, I'm like, you call that music? I didn't like it the first time, but then after a while I'm like, oh, this is actually good. This is really good, because it kind of was, it came out at the same time, well, the lyrical one when Katy Perry had done the first one as well, where, what was it called, the Swish Swish song, they had them come out at the same time, and so it was almost like a competition unofficially. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about controversy, I'm here to talk about stats, in regards to the video. Now, why do I want to talk about it? Well, today is, what is today? I think it is, that's right, for in New Zealand time, which is the country I'm from, it is currently the 29th. But in the US it's different, I'm not sure, I think currently in the US it's still the 28th. Anyway, it's just over 24 hours ago that Taylor Swift released her song, Look What You Made Me Do. Now, why is this significant? Well, it broke, I better finish that sentence, popularity records on YouTube, becoming the most viewed YouTube video, the most viewed YouTube video in 24 hours. So in 24 hours, it got more views than any other YouTube video has ever got in YouTube history. This song was insane. It gained, and so that's why I'm doing it right now, because it's just happened, although this video will be released a long time after. I just thought I'd talk about it now, because to me it's like insane. The video got, I kid you not, 39 million views. 39 million views in 24 hours. That is absolutely insane. 29 million views. So that was absolutely insane. I thought that was so, like, incredible how that's the reality of today, how songs can get that many views so quickly. That is literally insane. 39 million views in 24 hours. That was insane. So, of course, knowing me, knowing SuperSight, I had to, of course, do some Oh, yes, I got those, but not everything I wanted. Anyway, I had to do some calculations because, of course, I'm SuperSight. What would SuperSight be without calculations? So, it is literally, well, it's history for YouTube. Get a video to get that many views in 24 hours is just unheard of. Like, there's been other videos on other platforms that have got more, but on YouTube, that's the most that's ever, that any video has ever got. So in 24 hours, it was 39 million views, so it surpassed, what's the name? Adele's song, Hello, and Gangnam Style's PSY, not Gangnam, PSY, I think it's PSY, their song Gentleman, so overtook both of them for the most viewed, it didn't pass them by that much, but it did enough to get the top viewed one. Anyway, so 39 million views in a day is 1.625 million views per hour, so 1,625,000 views per hour. This is for her song, because I'm doing it based on per day, which you know, and then per hour is 1,625,000. Per minute is just over 27,000 views per minute, because this is the average, because it's got that many views, so this is per average per hour. It got 1,625,000 per minute, 27,000 views per minute, and then per second it got 451 views. Now 451 doesn't sound many, but realize this is per second for 24 hours, which means that which is insane. 27,000 views per minute. That is literally ridiculous. I just can't even comprehend that. It's just so many. It's just so many views. It's insane. And so, regardless of whether you like Taylor Swift or don't, I seriously, I've got nothing against Taylor Swift. I think she does some great songs, as do most singers. Anyway, yeah, well, there's refreshed. And so I just thought, regardless of what you think of Taylor Swift, you have to give it to her. She did a phenomenally good job in getting that song to, she made a song that was phenomenally popular. And to get that many views in 24 hours, 29 million in 24 hours is absolutely insane. That's why I had to talk. I literally, when was the last time I brought something about other than Heyday into the Heyday video? It doesn't happen often, but when you have a song like that, 29 million views. SuperSight has to talk about that. So I did those calculations for you, which is per hour over those 24 hours, she got on average 1,625,000. That is literally insane. I just cannot comprehend that. 451 views per second for 24 hours. That is literally insane. Like, the amount of people you would have had watching that video at one moment, it would just be insane, because I guess it would be probably assuming people were watching it the whole time, which you can't assume that, because that's never the reality. But if you did assume that, then it would be like the 451 people watching times the length of the video, which I think it's about, well, the music one, the lyric one's about 3 minutes in that. But the other one's 4 minutes. So you times 4 minutes by 451. Wow. And then you do, like, and how many... Right, I'm accidentally going to get rid of all these strawberries. You'd say how many, like... Sorry, this is confusing. How many seconds are in 4 minutes, which is 240. And then you times 240 by 451, which I'm not going to do. But as you can guess, that is a phenomenal amount of views. So I had to mention that song in my video. Now, I'm making a prediction here. SuperSight has been wrong with my predictions many a times. I will absolutely say many a times I have not got the prediction right with that. But I'm going to reckon that this song has the potential to become the #1 song in the world. That's my guess, and I'm gonna go with it. Because currently as I'm making the time of making this video, it's got 45 million views, which is as well as the lyric. They've both got the same 45 million views. Now, interesting, because I happened to watch it within the first 24 hours of its release, which is rare for me, because I'm not really a big person on songs and that. Well, I love songs, but I'm not really, straight into it and that. But it was on the trending list, and then on the news there was something about the MMV something awards with Katy Perry taking it. I don't know much about it. I don't follow with the celebrities and that. But I was, surprisingly, I watched it in the first 24 hours, so I was one of those that contributed to that 29 million views. But interesting, the song Despacito, right, which is currently the most viewed song in the world with 3.4 billion views. 3.4 billion views currently, just over. Anyway, I had not heard of that song till over 6 months after it was released. Can you believe it? It was like 6 months later after it was released that I first heard it and heard of it, Right, okay, silly fish. There we go, okay, got it. Right, which was insane, 6 months later. And it wasn't even that someone told me. You know how I found out about it? Because I watched the list on Wikipedia, which is all about the most viewed songs, like, for example, most viewed songs all time in that, which has the 80 top songs viewed. And I always watch the top ones, and I was looking at how this song, what was it? What was the song? What was it? See You Again overtook Gangnam Style, right? So I was watching that and I saw how that happened. Anyway, I just saw this song coming up the list called Despacito. And then when it was about 10th place, I'm like, I've never heard of this song. I might as well go watch it. So I went in, listen to it. And I listened to it, I'm like, oh yeah, like, I think it was a good song. But I was like, really, like, it's funny how I'd never heard of it for over 6 months of it released, and I don't ever recall hearing the song either. And so I just saw it, and it was because I'm interested in stats and that, you know, the most viewed video in the first 24 hours and the most viewed videos of all times. And since I was interested in that, I just saw it slowly, this video called Despacito going up the list, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll check that out. And then it was the first time after 6 months of its release that I'd heard it. And so, and then it's now the top song. So it's a totally different story between that song and the one I'm currently, this new one. What's it called again? What is it called? I've forgotten it. Oh, yes, we've got the lobster thing and we'll upgrade that again. 102,000. Right, okay, so 102,000, yes. And what's it called? Right, okay, I've forgotten the name. Right, wait. It's obviously not catchy enough. It's a catchy song, but not catchy enough for SuperSight, because SuperSight still forgets. Oh yes, look what you made me do. Look what you I'm not good at singing, but it's like supposedly a catchy tune. Well, for me, nothing is catchy really. Well, it's catchy. I get it. It is catchy, so that's why I remembered it. I often forget things. Anyway, I remembered it just then, and hence, so yeah, it's just talking about that. And so yeah, anyway, so that is how this song here, I'm predicting, will become eventually the most viewed song in the world. Now, that is a really out there prediction, because based on the current evidence, we've only had it, it's only been out for a day and something, and so, like, a day and a few hours. It hasn't been out for 2 days yet. And although it is, like, really popular at the moment, and it has broken a record, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go on to be the top viewed song in the world, but I just think that this song has something about it which will lead to it being that song that does make it to top in the world. That is my prediction. We'll very soon see. Probably by the time this video is released, we'll already know, because it either like continues with the momentum or it dies out. So we'll know very soon whether SuperSight was right or wrong, which that will be funny. That will be funny, because by the time I release this video, we'll probably already have a fair idea, because currently we don't really know, because there's not much evidence on it in that, but I just, as a instinct thing. So yeah, I just thought that's very rare for SuperSight to just go on and talk about something else for such a long time, but I did. And so, right, Greg, right, okay, I must have accidentally already bought that stuff. Never mind, we still have the Wheel of Awesome to do. Right, so we'll go ahead and we'll spin that. Right, okay, so that will just wrap it up for, well, not this video, but wrap it up for the the Taylor Swift stuff. That's right. Oh yes, we got something. Awesome. Wheel of Awesome, always love it. Okay, so, and then we've got some letters. Right, so we'll collect them, and then we'll go on and we'll tap this, which is full, and then we'll get some of this going on like this. So yeah, I just thought I'd start it off, and I certainly started it off and continued it off with talking about that. But yeah, it was, since I'm interested in statistical things and like mathematics and predictions and calculations, I'm like, SuperSight has to talk about that, because currently, as of this time, it's big. Everyone's like, whoa, it's a really popular song, everyone's listening to it, and it did break records. So I just thought it absolutely deserves coverage in a SuperSight video. Right, oh, we have a raspberry. We're low on raspberries at the moment. Right, okay, and then we'll do that one there. There. Okay, back to talk about Heyday. Now, please let me know in the comments whether that was interesting or not. Hearing about that, I hope it was. Otherwise, I apologize if it wasn't. I tried to keep it interesting, keep it with some facts and some other stuff about me. I don't normally do that kind of detailed stuff, but I thought I would try it out for a video. Right, okay, and then we have that there, so I'll collect all that, and then, right, and then I'm just continually requesting wheat, as is the other player, Daniel. Right, okay, not Daniel, Noah. Right, and then that's going like that. Yeah, so please let me know in the comments what you thought of, if you enjoyed me talking about it, or if you like don't want to hear about it. Stuff like that's not going to happen all the time, but I could potentially talk about slightly other prediction things that aren't Heyday. It could. If you don't like it, I won't. I'll stop. But that was just something I had to talk about. it was just something really that was like, whoa, that was like really cool and really up it. Anyway, moving on. Right, so as you can see, I've got my ruined thing right here. It's sadly got that bronze, which I will ever bear the shame of. Anyway, luckily, I will be destroying this neighborhood. That sounds so bad. Anyway, this isn't going to be the official one that I create. I will be creating another one, so that won't matter as much. We also have this awesome double coins town event, so I have been doing more town things. So we're about, oh, bricks, yes. No, of course, SuperSight, always full, always screwing it up when there's stuff that's good. I'm just like, oh, yeah, I forgot that. Okay. Right, so we'll return now, with it probably being sold. Oh, no, SuperSight, whoa, what a comeback, I can't believe no one had bought that, that's insane. Okay, moving along here, and then nothing in there. What about here? Okay, never mind. Right, okay, and then we better sell off some stuff, and then we'll move on to the mysterious Heyday player. Right, okay, so there we go. Yeah, I'm really interested. I genuinely am. I really want to hear what you think of my analysis. I don't think it was biased. I couldn't really be biased, to be honest. Like, it's just us reporting facts. Okay, so yeah, but yeah, I always try in Heyday be fair and balanced, but like, you can't really not be fair and balanced, really. Although I guess there'll be some way that you can't be fair and balanced, and one of you will definitely point it out in the comments, like you're so like, I don't know, so pro coins and not pro XP. I don't know. It's just and with my playing style and how I'm making these videos, it's mainly about coins, because as the golden rule is basically coins can be converted into XP and XP cannot be converted into coins. So if you get tons of coins and then you're like, okay, I'm had it with SuperSight, well, you can convert them all into XP and then you're all good. But if you go ahead and get tons of XP and then you're like, oh, I'm bankrupt and I'm really high level with all these machines I can't unlock and all these boats requesting stuff, all these towns requesting stuff, you're like, okay, we need the coins, but you can't get them because you've missed it. Anyway, so I'm just trying to make these helpful videos so you don't make those kind of mistakes. Not that all of you would, I'm just saying that I'm just trying to help here. Okay, and then oh yes, we have this. Oh, and we still haven't got enough to, oh wait, that one? Oh yes, 24, not quite. And then machines-wise, we're going pretty good. We got that going, waiting for the feed to come, and so we can feed them. Anyway, the mysterious Heyday player. Right now, of course, what would it be without it being a leaderboard, top leaderboard player? Now, I'm sure there's many. This is a very broad, like, open sort of subject. There's a lot of mysterious players in Heyday for various reasons. Anyway, this one here is a mystery that I don't know how this works, and so I'd love to hear you, see if any of you can answer it in the comments. Right, so as you can see here, we have all these players, and as you know, last player, I talked about how there are indeed banned players in Heyday on the leaderboard. Now, it's interesting because Supercell does not remove these players from the leaderboard. So I don't know why they do that, why they pause it in case they maybe accidentally ban someone, but I wouldn't think that happens. Apparently, there was a case where they accidentally banned a whole heap of people, or not, they didn't terminate the accounts, luckily, but it was to do with bots, and so heaps of people got suspended. Anyway, you wouldn't want to accidentally delete someone's genuine account, hence maybe they have this worry, so they just put them on, they don't remove the accounts, but I do feel sorry for the 201th player that, like, wants to be on this global leaderboard when there's banned players on it. I do feel sorry, and since there's nine banned players on this list, so I can see why the top two, the 201 to 209th would be a bit annoyed, because they're, like, just off and would be on it if it wasn't for those banned players still being on there. I don't know why they're still on there or why they're not. It doesn't concern me because I'm never going to be getting on there. But I can understand why some people, well, 9 people in all of Heyday would be annoyed, I'm guessing. Anyway, because there's 9 banned. Anyway, moving on and to this mysterious player. That's right, this player here. Why is it a mystery? So they've got ZY. Right, okay, so I don't want to give this, like, banned accounts much attention. Well, it won't matter because they won't be returning to Heyday. But anyway, the thing is, look at the name. Off banned day 14. Now, why is this a mystery? What's the mystery here? Well, think about it. It says off banned day 14. So they've been banned for 14 days. How can they change their name? See, like, if we tap this into there we go, this player's banned from Heyday. How can they call themselves banned if they've been banned? It's like, and to say day 14, it's like they were changing it, on day 1, off banned, day 1. I don't know why they're called off banned. Wait, that's still confusing. But if you, like, because off banned. So it's like sometimes they're banned, sometimes they're not. That could be the reason. But if they were banned, and if we ignore the word off for a second, if it's like banned day 14, does it mean that on day 1 of being banned they put day 1? But if they're banned, then they shouldn't be able to access their Heyday account. It should come up with a message saying you have been banned. I've seen the messages. And so then it's like, how in the world did they change their name to basically I am banned when they're banned? Do you get what I mean? And this is the mystery. This is the mysterious player. How did they call themselves banned when, and obviously they had at least, like, I'm just thinking out loud here. There's a possible solution. Maybe they were banned and then a deal right in the middle of my video. Excuse me. No, just please go away. I don't want to see. Anyway, actually, to be honest, if you were to get a deal, that is really worth it. That is really worth it. If you were to get a deal, whether you do or don't, that's totally up to you. But for a deal, that is what you call a good deal. Right, because look at it, 130, like 8 times all of those things, which are all good things. The 10,000 coins is not worth anything really, because that's where, if you're following, like, if you're doing what I do, 10,000 coins is nothing. But the 130 diamonds, right, so 130 diamonds for $1.50 New Zealand dollars. If we come up to here and we go diamonds, you can get 50 diamonds for $2, $3. 3 New Zealand dollars, and see, look, there's the bag of diamonds. So 130 diamonds is $7.50, whereas you can get 130 diamonds for $1.50, plus 10,000 coins, plus 8 mallets, plus 8 deeds, plus 8 market states, plus 8 of that thing there. So I would definitely, if you were to get a deal, that is definitely the kind of deal you'd go for and wait for, rather than just getting them. That's just my suggestion, but I'm not going to get the deal because I'm a free-to-play player completely. But yeah, if you do get deals, do deals like that. That is really worth it. Okay, moving back to this. So yeah, I would really love, and so yeah, as I was thinking, that possibly they were banned temporarily, and then they got allowed back on, and so then what they did is they changed their name to off banned day 14, because maybe they've been banned for 13 days, and then on day 14 they're like, I'm off banned, and then the next day they were banned again. But I don't know, because it's a mystery how someone can call themselves banned if they've been banned, because if they've been banned, they should have got a message saying, you have been banned, meaning that they can't change their name, and can't access their account. Anyway, I would love to hear from you in the comments what you think of that mysterious player, and you can access them as well. There is a very low chance that by the time this video is released, they won't be on the list, but I very much doubt that, because I think they've been on the list for quite some time. I'm not 100% sure, because I haven't been keeping track of it 100%, but I think that they've been there on that leaderboard for a decent amount of time, so unlikely that they'll be removed. Hence, I'd love to hear your opinion on how you think they can call themselves I have been banned. Well, they didn't call themselves that, but banned day 14, of implementing that there was something ban related, like I guess potentially they could have called themselves banned, knowing that they were going to get banned, and then they got banned. But seriously, if they got up to that high on the leaderboard, I doubt that they'd be expecting that they were going to get banned, to be honest. Like, if they're that high up and they've been getting away with it for that long, I really don't think they would suddenly feel like, oh, I'm probably going to get banned. So, and then even to call yourself banned would probably draw your attention to yourself. Anyway, I don't know why they got to call themselves banned if they've been banned. It's a serious mystery, and I would love to hear your opinions, your thoughts on it in the comments, just to see what you think about this banned player. Right, okay, and then we have, okay, so we can fill up this one here. So let's go to the town, right, which we're about halfway through. Well, maybe not, no, actually not. I thought it was halfway, but it looks almost halfway. It's still like we have to get to 1,210. So we're not too far off, right? So if we do that, thank you for the gift. Oh, thank you for that gift as well. Thank you for that, right, okay, so there we go. Right, and thank you for that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, lots and lots of, okay, sweet. Right, so there we go. Okay, we're almost halfway now, because we're 1,200. Okay, so just under 200 off. Right, okay, so then we go and we'll go through and we'll get these players in here. Oh, burgers, awesome. Right, so do it while we can still get the coins. Right, I sold off a burger. That's annoying. Okay, right, so do it while I can still get the coins. What was the other dude? There was one dude. This dude, there we go. And then also there was that him. Right, okay, but I don't have those, sadly. Oh, but we got one of those. Right, so we'll use that immediately, and we'll make a cup of tea to do to the visitor that wants a cup of tea. Right, so there we go. So although that is a loss of coins, then we'll get more coins from the double coins bonus thing, so it is worth it. Okay, so going through, and we need raspberries. We need raspberries because the machine? One of the machines. This one here, right? This one, right there. That one there, because I've been wanting to do that to keep it going. But sadly, I'm out of raspberries, which is annoying, and it also means that with this machine, I have to do other stuff as well, like overnight. Then I can't do the 3-hour one. Well, the 2 hour and 33 minutes I have to do instead. 2 hours and 7 minutes. So big difference. Not actually that much, but enough to notice it. Right, okay, so tapping on that. Right, oh yes, and we've tapped on that. So let's sell off some stuff, right? So we got awfully low on strawberries while I was talking about Taylor Swift. Okay, that's kind of funny. Okay, so, and then we can go ahead and sell off some eggs, right? Or do we want to sell them off? Oh, it's tough. Okay, yes, we'll go ahead and sell them off. Right, so we'll advertise that, check that. Right, and then just see what we can get rid of. Right, look at all that space in the silo. I like it. It is good. It is really good to have so much space. And we'll get rid of 5 cherry juices. And then we'll go visit our friend Almoster. Right, which we do on a daily basis. Literally a daily basis. Even if I don't get through all my friends, Almoster is always the first one I will visit. Right, we'll also go visit our friend Noah, which is, right, where's Noah? Noah, where are you, Noah? There's Noah. Okay, so going to Noah. Right, so, oh yes, and we'll buy those and those. Right, so it is really annoying because, well, there we go, we've got one, but with the train thing, Noah hasn't even unlocked the train, well, because Noah can't yet, but it's annoying because I can't get visitors, which is a shame. Like, easy visitors that, like, are just single request visitors, which is sad, because it's nice getting those single request visitors. Right, okay, and then that, and then all the chickens back in action. I love that word, like, you know, when things are back in action, it's like, we are back. Right, anyway, so yeah, that is going, that's good. Right, and then we've got those. Right, so we'll put on a couple of cows. Cow, and a cow. Right, and then we've got those, because they're all over 15, which is good. Well, 15 for those 3 is key. 1, 2, 3. And then we've got the goats, which we need 8 per time, and so we've got 16. So we've got over double for that. It's with keeping it proportional. So, for example, having 30 sheep feed would be the equivalent of having 16 goat feed. Why? Because we've only got 8 goats, so therefore and so then you divide the feed, which is like, if it was 16, by the amount of goats, which is then 16 divided by 8 goats is 2 lots of feed, whereas this one here, and then if you divided 30 by the amount of sheep, which is 15, you have 2. So 2 lots of feed, so yeah, it's about having proportionally the same amount. So there's no point having, like, for example, 30 goat feed and 30 sheep feed, because I have more sheep. So the amount of feed it will feed the amount of times I can feed all the sheep will be decreased because I've got more sheep. So it's about proportionally having the same. Just like, for example, 15 sheep feed would be the same as 8 goat feed, because that feeds one lot of all the animals that you've got. So yeah, there's another thing just to keep in mind. I just try and think of things like this that I haven't mentioned before, just because there's always things that players don't know, and so I'm trying to cover as many things as I can and telling you all the things I know, like lots of things, you know, it's hard to always know what people don't know. So some things which I fully take for granted and like, surely everyone will know that, I won't even bother making a video on it. Actually, there's players that don't know it. Likewise, there's been a couple of things in the past, well, and like, fairly recently, like this year, since I've started my channel, that I've learnt. So you're always learning new things. I think, well, I'm just thinking, yes, there is stuff that I've learned this year during the time of this channel. The vast majority of the stuff is the same, and I do know most of the Heyday stuff, but there's always these 1 or 2 things that it's like, oh, I never knew that. Like, for example, some players never know, for example, that's currently a grey arrow, but it turns orange when you've got stuff to feed them. Some players don't know that changes how full it is when you've got more feed or less feed. There's a bunch of things that certain players don't know, as like there'll be things that I don't know, and so everyone doesn't know their own thing, but as I often say, you don't know what you don't know. Now, that's not my quote, but it's really relevant in Heyday. It's really true. You seriously don't know what you don't know in Heyday. That's 100% true for me. Sometimes players will tell me something, I'll be like, I never knew that. Thank you for telling me that. And so there's always these odd things that you think you know everything, but you never do. And so I'm trying to do as many things that I've been told over the time I've played Heyday, and then put them in videos, and so you then can know all these things that I haven't, like, that you might not know. So lots of things I say you'll already know, but there'll always, I reckon everything I say, like those tip things, there'll always be at least one player that watches the video and thinks, Thank you for that. Because I often get comments saying, like, thanks, I didn't realize that. That was, like, you know, like, there's things that you think you know, but other players won't know it, and you just assume everyone else knows what you do. Hence, it's sometimes hard to think of videos, because you're like, well, I know all this, and so then what should I do a video on? But the reality is, other people don't know all that, but you don't know that they don't know that. As like there's stuff that people wouldn't bother telling me because they assume I know it. And so there's always all these little things that people don't know, you don't know, they don't know, and you never tell each other. So I'm trying to make videos which will express those ideas and things, well, not ideas, but just yeah, you know what I mean. You know, you're getting the gist of it, right? That just things that you might not have picked up on before, and I'm trying to make it as useful as I can. It's gonna get all those sores, but I didn't. Sadly, not. They weren't there. Okay, but we can get those, and that will wrap it up for this video. So I really, really do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you. I'd love to hear what you think of this mysterious player and what the explanation is to this player. Right, I'm just looking for them. Band 14. Now I can't find them when I want to. Band Day 14. Right, there we go. So I'd love to hear what you think of this player here, how they got their name, and I'd love to hear like all the different things I mentioned in the video to comment about. I can't remember all the things they were, but one of the things was about whether you enjoyed me talking about like Taylor Swift, or not specifically Taylor Swift, but her video. Like, I don't know much about Taylor Swift, but I do know about her video and the stats of that video, and so, yeah, so please let me know what you thought, and if you like hearing that stuff, or if you just want to keep it 100% heyday, you let me know, and I'll just try and respond accordingly. Right, and so, yeah, please comment. I really do appreciate it. Please like it if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. And so then it just really does help. I say that every video, but please, it really does help. And so one more time, for views per day, 39 million for the video in 24 hours, first 24 hours, and per hour, 1,625,000 views per hour for that video. My guess is that will become the top video, the most viewed video on YouTube. That's my guess. Let's see. Thank you so much for watching. This has been SuperSight, and remember to make coins faster than honeybees make honey.